right, this is Smart Mile Podcast. We are live from LA. This is episode number 10.
Episode number 10, man. I didn't think we'll make it this far. Holy crap.
We got to 10.
Holy crap. Maybe we can get to 11. I don't know. At this rate,
we might be able to.
Yeah.
You can see that, we are working on this. This is getting better every single time.
Absolutely.
So we're out here in a whole new world.
Yeah.
And what do we got on the docket today?
Well, I mean, first of all, I want to say hello to the people from Venice Beach, California.
Ooh.
Specifically. We're talking about it's kind of like the homeless capital of the world right now, a little bit.
Sure.
I mean, I almost stepped in shit literally getting in my car today to get to here in front of your place, and it was just, I don't know, man, like but it's a lovely shitty city. It's great.
Well, it is interesting when you're out in lovely Venice Beach.
Yeah.
One of the most beautiful, iconic places to live in the world.
Right.
It is falling apart.
It is. It's interesting, But I'm trying to figure out. I know we didn't have this planned. I'm just thinking about it out loud right now. But what do they do with the homeless crisis? Like, if you were mayor of LA, mayor of the county or whatever, what do you do? Like, so there's I found out these ways where they just give homeless people bus tickets and send them out, or they just kick them out, or they jail them, for God's sake. They do all this craziness, but I'm like, dude, I don't know what the answer is.
Well, in Venice in particular, LA a little bit, it's a bit of a more nomadic group of individual that finds themselves at Venice Beach. It's not that I don't have empathy for the people that are struggling from homelessness.
Yeah.
However, the people that are in Venice that don't have houses, this seems to be, in this situation, a bit more of a life choice than it is to be of a happenstance of circumstances.
It's interesting you say that, because as I was heading over here, I saw this couple that had their stuff in a van and stuff, and they seemed like pretty sensible people. I don't know. And they're more this is what we're doing today. We're just gonna ask you for money. And it's more, but I'm like, I feel like you have the brain to have to sell something, even if it's just sell you have the brain to sell mangoes. I don't know, you can kind of tell sometimes, living in the city. I was telling a friend that minded this, when you live in the city for so long, you can tell by someone's face if they're really really in need versus more a really in want.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem that we are dealing with homelessness in this country in particular, we're dealing with this lack of empathy, not for the idea that someone and everyone deserves a home, but really the fact that people just need people. Yeah. And we need community that is able to hear us out, listen to our issues, deal with the different circumstances that have happened in our life. Yeah. So I see a lot of individuals walking around with some level of PTSD and heavy amounts of trauma that has happened within their life. A house is a step. But that's not the root issue there. Yeah. There's a lot more going on. I don't know how to solve it all. The Venice Beach homelessness is different than what I experienced downtown, though. Yeah. Downtown was a different deal.
Would you say, what would you say the situation is? Worse, better? How?
It's just different. Venice Beach is more nomadic. It's an individual. It's more of a life choice. Where downtown, I found it to be people that were really struggling with circumstances that have fallen apart.
Really in there, yeah. That's what's interesting. Yeah. That's what's interesting. Most homeless people have mental problems. Yeah, I mean,
100%.
Yeah, 100%. We've seen it happen time and time again. And it's not. And when it comes to mental problems, there's almost nothing you can do. I mean,
it's just. I think it takes a village of people to be able to surround someone. Yeah. But it's going to take constant work.
Yeah, constant.
And there's not really a time period that you can put on it of saying hey, this thing's solved. It's going to be an effort for a long period of time. Yeah. And sometimes if it's not a person who loves a person, I don't know if it's not a family member or somebody who can be emotionally close to an individual and has time to be able to put in that time. Yeah. It's almost unsolvable.
Yeah. It's interesting. I don't know if I told you this actually. I had a friend of mine who it's very strange, but I went to military school with. And then I remember I saw him in 3 stages, and it was very strange. One day, I saw him at a Walmart, and he was he got out of his car with this very dark, in this dark mode. He was I don't know what was going on in his head. and it looked like he was like getting ready to jack the place. I don't know.
Okay.
And then
did he come with you, or you just saw him
I
when
just
you were there?
saw him like from a distance, getting out of his truck, going into Walmart, like angry, and I'm like, getting out of his truck angry, and basically I was like, okay, that's weird. And then I saw like him in stages maybe like a year later in Santa Monica, no shoes, homeless, and like looking at me like, hey Cameron, what's up, man? How you doing? And I'm like, oh, what's up, buddy? And I gave him some money. I love the guy, but it was interesting to see. And I saw him again in I saw him in downtown LA, and then I saw him in Santa Monica the third time, maybe like 6 months later. Hey man, how you doing?
Yeah.
Hey, good to see you. And it was interesting. I'm like, I think a little bit back to like his history, the reason why he was in military school in the first place, because of his upbringing, his parents, his mom, all this thing that was happening. I don't know what's happening on the back end in different situations, but it does kind of come from like a deep rooted all the way down to almost to the childhood issues. You know?
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I have empathy of understanding that I know that there could be a particular amount of instances in my life that could create homelessness in it.
Oh yeah.
So when a homeless individual tells you this seemingly fairy tale story of how everything went wrong, there's fairy tale stories that everything went right, and so you also have to sometimes believe the fairy tale story of how everything went wrong.
Right.
There is a lot of that, and then when mental health issues arise during trauma, it can all fall apart. So I could see how it can happen to anyone.
Yeah, no, I can see it.
But there has to be a willingness to also pull yourself out in order to get the truest help.
Yeah.
So there has to be rules or structure of how that help is next, and how you survive that situation, how you get supported out of it. Yeah. But any time that I meet someone who's homeless, and I usually go kind of issue by issue. I'm like, I view this person and say, how are you doing today? Yeah. See how their mental well-being is. And then like, I'm not a big like cash handout person, but I am, let's go get food. Yeah,
totally. Me too. I like to give some food when I can. Cause, that's interesting. But homelessness is a very complicated, very interesting issue. Maybe we'll talk about that another time.
So this is Smart and Mild Hot Topics.
Yeah. Hot topics, not sad topics.
So, this is just two mild guys talking about some smart things.
Yeah.
Or maybe some smart topics, some mild topics.
Yeah.
Everything hot topics.
Everything hot topics. So I think now let's talk about getting out of prison, because Bobby Shmurda is free, my guy.
Another thing that we all might have to do one day is get out of prison.
I think we're all going to prison at this rate.
Did Trump get him out?
Probably.
Trump freed him, right? I think that was one of his pardons.
It must have been. No. I think it was.
I think this is one of Trump's pardons.
I totally think it was. It took a little while, but that was interesting. I thought when people get pardoned, they get pardoned the same day, but whatever.
I'm pretty sure, like, you would think that when it comes out on Twitter, your handcuffs are released within hours.
Right. But apparently this is like a month, 2 months later, but whatever. I'm not gonna go there. So yeah, Bobby Shmurda is free. Cause I was thinking, I'm like, I could have swore some people were out the same day. So I mean, I guess he got conspired. He pleaded guilty on conspiring with a violent drug gang, which is interesting.
But that happens.
Yeah, conspiring with a violent drug gang. That's very like.
Does that mean that just you're doing a drug deal, like you're picking up
conspiring? So if you're the drug dealer and I'm just like, yeah, man, do it. And then does that mean I conspired? I don't know.
Or was he looking at investing in like a drug ring?
Right.
Which I bet the investment would be incredible.
Right. It's like, Bobby, bitch, do the druggy, bitch. Like, you did the whole thing. Like,
yeah. Like, if you're going to do your kingpin stuff, I could see how you'd want to maybe, like, if I was Bobby Shmurda, I would understand why you would want to, like, maybe, hey, figure out who's selling the stuff. Yeah. And say, like, hey, like, do you need any capital investments? Right. Like, do you need more space? Do you need more rum?
Right. I think all rappers should be drug dealers and killers, because how are they going to be authentic, bro? They need to be authentic.
I am very bothered by the lifestyle that's being portrayed in rap, and the way that these young children are aspiring to be something that doesn't actually even exist in the person that's singing it.
That's what I'm saying.
It's so crazy to me.
I 100% agree with you. And that's what I'm saying. If you're going to be a rapper that's talking about drug dealing, killing people and all this stuff, you need to be able to do it. I want records. I want like top to bottom, like police, everything. I want your homies telling me what you really did in the hood. Because if you ain't living that life, why are you portraying it? Why are you telling these kids to do it? Why are you putting it in your music? I don't know, but like I want them drug offenders, bro. I want them all the way in. Or like, what's the point?
So you're saying Bobby Shmurda authentic?
Authentic, bro. Lil Wayne authentic.
Because Lil Wayne,
he went to jail a couple times.
Wait, Lil Wayne got pardoned by Trump for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but Lil Wayne went to jail multiple times. You know, for different drug.
But he's just one of those lean rappers, right? He's just doing the purple drink stuff.
I think he went to jail for some type of
gun charges.
Yeah, weapon charge. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone gets caught with a gun charge.
Yeah, that's what's interesting. It's always guns or being like just near a gang.
Federal gun charge. So probably bringing a gun across state lines.
Like federal gun charge. That's interesting. That's interesting.
That's tour life though. You're gonna a federal gun charge is gonna pop up on you sometimes on tour.
How are you gonna protect yourself, bro? You're Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? You hold your security guard's gun, and then all of a sudden somebody.
You should just take the time out when you're off a tour to register the gun.
Yeah, right. I know. You would think like these rappers kind of have that in place. I actually I would think like, okay, like if you're gonna be like a high value person, like set yourself up for success, bro. Like go in and freaking like get those permits, bro. All the way, like federal permits,
just
everything.
Do the paperwork.
Yeah, just go through it.
It's probably slightly difficult to get the paperwork done when on your rap song you're saying, "If you test me, got."
I mean, hey,
right? They're like, "Oh, what do you mean by this lyric, sir?"
Like got.
Like the song that you dropped yesterday. Is this paperwork that we're filing for this AR?
Yeah.
Have anything to do with got?
All you gotta say is no, bro. Lie to the federal government. That's all you gotta do. That's what everybody else does.
Yeah.
You know, or just work your way around it. All you gotta do is like the Kingpin way of like. But what do you mean by got? Like, got. Just get what do you call it? Like, not physiological. Like philosophy. Get like philosophize about it. You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean about got? Do you mean the get got?
Yeah.
Get?
I would say it's really what I'm trying to do is dismantle the patriarchy.
Just dismantle the patriarchy and like make just make make an excuse, make an argument for it, because I think if everyone lies to the federal government, it is what it is. I'm not gonna say I did it on camera, but it happens sometimes.
Yeah, when I said like get on the floor, fat booty hoe,
yeah,
that meant I am trying to empower women, to be able to become the bosses that they are.
Right.
Yeah.
When they say to the window, to the wall, to the sweat drops down my balls. They mean
it says work hard.
Work hard, stay hydrated. That's what they mean.
Work hard until the sweat's on your balls.
Until the sweat's on your balls.
Work hard.
Yeah, and then problem solved.
It's really just American conservative pump up line of like pick yourself by your own bootstraps.
Yep.
And get it done.
Live free, son. Live free.
To the windows, to the walls, to the sweat drops onto the balls.
All the way.
Construction. And that's what this is about. This podcast is here to inspire people.
I'm gonna start a construction company, and that will be the motto. Like every day, like to the window, to the wall, to the step drop down your balls. Keep working.
Drill, bitch.
Go. I think that's the way to do it, because that's how you motivate people, and that's how you get like the right things done.
Yeah, I hear you.
So Bobby Shmurda is free. All these rappers are like getting caught with all these charges, and I think that's the right way to do it.
Oh no, okay. So thank you, Reddit. So if you're watching us right now, today
Kodak Black.
or later on,
we
do have the ability for us to discuss through Reddit, through YouTube. And so Reddit is our best line right now in order for people who are actually engaging and telling us the truth. Trump, Kodak Black. That's who he let.
Yeah.
Kodak Black and Lil Wayne is who he freed up. Who's that? Glumtrout?
Yeah.
Glumtrust?
Glumtrust 2966.
Thank you so much for that info.
But you got to be honest, without the weird haircut, Bobby Shmurda and Kodak Black kind of look the same. And that's coming from a black person. That's not saying like, all black people look the same. No, they kind of do. A little bit. Like cut Kodak Black's hair off and they look just as stupid.
Yeah, so next topic, obviously, like Obama and Tiger look basically the same, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Whenever the news headline comes up, I'm like, wait, what?
I look like a Bushwick Bill, apparently. That's what everyone says when I go to the barbershop.
Bushwick Bill.
Last time I checked, I don't, but whatever.
And we haven't heard it yet, but because I shaved my beard, I probably don't look as much like Seth Rogen anymore.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No,
I still have the Seth Rogen vibe.
Yeah, you probably still have a Seth Rogen vibe.
Okay.
And if someone comments today, like saying like, yeah, like Seth Rogen, then we know for sure.
I feel like that might also be like a Reddit troll that I don't know about.
Yeah, I keep saying like, hey.
Oh, that's Seth Rogen?
Yeah. I literally do not look like Bushwick Bill, y'all. Like, I don't know what the hell are y'all talking about. R.I.P. with Bushwick Bill, though. You know, the good song.
Wait, what's his song?
I drive big money and have big cars. Everybody know me. It's like I'm this movie star. Oh my god, what's the song name?
Turn up the beat.
Oh god. Reddit, tell me the song name.
So while we're
whatever.
This is brought to you by Hair Razor Coffee. That's where we're getting all of our energy from tonight.
Yep.
Straight out of Santa Barbara, California.
Yes, sir.
Look at that. It's a 5-pound bag. We're depleting it. We're gonna get more some really, really soon. But Hair Razor Coffee, it'll keep you up all night and it'll keep you talking. So that's how we have all our energy here tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
Go find our swag at smartandmild.com. That's where you're gonna get a smart hat.
Yeah.
Listen to our smart tee.
Sorry for interrupting you. Listen to our podcast as well on Spotify and Apple Music
and
Google Podcasts
We got it anywhere that you enjoy your podcast. You can find it. And then if you want to view it on YouTube.
Yeah, view it on YouTube. Check us out.
Subscribe, please.
We're Dangstyle. And yeah, subscribe, like, and subscribe us because
we can't have him go back to college.
We ain't going back to college. I'm telling you right now. If you listen to our previous episode, I refuse to go back. I'm not going back to college like a. Oh my god, I'm not gonna make that joke. Like Tiger Woods is going back to therapy. So Tiger Woods, what happened to Tiger Woods? He got into a car accident, but we're trying to figure out, like, was he drunk though? Because like they said he wasn't, but like who steers a Bentley off the road like that?
No, it was a Genesis.
Oh, excuse me.
Didn't he just win that whip? I think he like just won it in like the last tour or whatever it was.
Oh, did he hate the car? Did he want a Bentley and didn't want the Genesis? Is that why?
I thought initially that it was a Tesla.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is gonna plummet Tesla's stock, and this is gonna take out the American economy.
In
one
shot.
Rollover would
shot.
plummet everything, and just a whole tailspin would happen.
Yeah, one tequila company's going down, Tesla's going down, and Tiger Woods going down.
But so he's at a resort in Rancho Palos Verdes.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Trump resort up there.
Yeah.
So when this story initially broke, saying that he was at a hotel in Rancho Palos Verdes, I was like,
oh no,
oh shit,
oh no,
he's at the Trump resort.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Tiger Woods left the Trump resort and then got drunk.
Everybody would be like, "This is what you get."
No, I all the black people would be like, "Yo, like they drugged him, y'all. They drugged him."
But it wasn't the Trump resort.
I know.
It was this other beautiful one. I can't ever say the name. I don't know what it is.
It's cool. It's cool. Yeah.
Terranea. It was a Terranea resort.
Terranea.
Beautiful up in Rancho Palos Verdes. Go check it out.
Yeah.
But he rolls his car off of a berm, whatever it is.
Yeah, something.
Pretty scary situation. Did he break both of his legs?
Yeah, I believe so.
Another detail to the story that I read earlier today is there was somebody else who was staying at the resort who he almost ran into as he was leaving.
Yeah.
So this person comes to work. It was someone who had some level of fame. They're like a director of some like TV show.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, I almost ran into Tiger Woods today.
Yeah.
Or Tiger Woods almost ran into me.
Yeah.
They checked the report like 3 hours later and like, dude, Tiger Woods also then rolls his car off a berm.
Yeah.
You think that he was intoxicated and police are covering, or what do you think's going on?
I mean, I'm saying it's entirely possible, because, listen, I'll be honest. If I was the fireman, most people know Tiger Woods. Like just like the whole Kobe Bryant thing, like everyone knew immediately it was Kobe Bryant playing. When you find out it's like a celebrity and I'm a fireman, I'm not saying anything. I don't care if I smell his breath. I'm like, oh, it is what it is, man. Tiger, like.
Well, the police officer that first encountered him was on Andrew Cuomo. He was on the Cuomo primetime show.
Oh, interesting.
And he actually talked about how he came to this rollover site and he realized that it was Tiger Woods, and he was like, "But I'm so professional.
Yeah,
I didn't take that like star power, and like it didn't change how I treated him."
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But you got real serious and you got yourself on a fucking Andrew Cuomo show.
Yeah. Right.
Right. Yeah. Interesting. Hey, by the way, you don't get on the Andrew Cuomo show or get people that like you if you saying like, "Oh no, that was Tiger Woods drunk." No, he bucked up. You don't get on any of those things. So stuff. You don't get a promotion from work.
Right. You get death threats.
Yeah. So I'll be like, yo, like. I don't know. Tiger Woods just kind of messed up. It was the curb's fault. That's what I said. I'll blame the city curbs. I'm like, yo, like the curb was 5 inches. We told it to be 3.
So last time he crashed,
yeah,
he was getting clubbed by his wife, right?
Allegedly.
And then, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's nice to hear spousal abuse the opposite.
Yeah.
That was a fun, endearing story for people.
Yeah,
they were like, it's the fun, like the blonde cutie just pummeling the car with a golf club.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, like when
timeless.
When the blonde cutie beats up the
timeless American tragedy.
Love it. I freaking love it.
Thank God this doesn't end in full tragedy. The man's living.
Yeah,
that's why we can even joke about it.
Yeah.
We probably joke about it either way, but we're here.
Yeah, probably.
Last time he was on Ambien, that's what put him in the embankment.
Yeah, so tell me about Ambien. I don't know about Ambien. So
Ambien is the devil's work of a drug. It's a sleep aid, but it's also like you're roofing yourself. It's very addictive. It's super fun. This is something I was like prescribed for way too long.
It's fun.
It's so dangerous that doctors prescribe you something that is so addictive, so enjoyable. And it's super dangerous to be able to get on this stuff. Can you read that?
So would you claim up if you attended a scene with a drunk on scene because they were a celebrity? Would you claim up? Would I claim up?
Clam up.
Oh, clam up. Oh no, I wouldn't. No. I'm saying if it was Tiger Woods and I was a police officer that came on scene, I would be like, even if he was drunk, I'd be like, yo, it is what it is. Like, yeah, we're just gonna get you some help. We're gonna send you to the hospital. But I'm not no snitch. What do I look like?
But yeah, you obviously hide the alcohol.
Yeah.
You
I'll throw the alcohol in the trash can for myself.
You hide the chick.
Yeah. Exactly. Hide the girl in the trunk. Everybody, So it is what it is. I'm not snitching on Tiger Woods. What do I look like? Hell
drunk
no.
driver. So this is the thing. I think it may be still an Ambien issue. Ambien, the next day that you wake up, you are still a little groggy. It's a little dicey still.
Right.
He crashed this car he was supposed to be somewhere at 8 a.m.
Right.
So this is like before 8 a.m. that he crashes this car.
Yeah. Maybe he slept in.
I get it though. Maybe he's just texting and driving.
Yeah. But I mean, texting and driving, I don't know. Everyone texts and driving. I know, that's right.
So,
but yeah, it is what it is. So I think
you're a piece of shit. We're a piece of shit.
I guess so.
Okay,
fun. I love it.
We love it that we do have fans that support us.
Yeah. So Tiger didn't kill anybody. Tiger didn't hurt anybody. So regardless of what he did, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So before hitting a curb, hitting a tree, landing on this side off the roadway into a brush. So Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputy was the first to arrive. Said found Tiger Woods in the driver's seat wearing a seatbelt. He's wearing a seatbelt, and that the golfer was able to tell his name was Tiger. So immediately he was like, "Oh, Tiger."
Yeah, the guy knew immediately. He was like, "Oh gosh, this is Tiger Woods."
But he was wearing a seatbelt. Sometimes drunk people don't wear the seatbelt. So it is what it is. So he was at least being a safe drunk driver. Or
he supports us. We appreciate that.
Intoxicated. It is what it is.
We appreciate all the support in the world.
Yeah, thanks so much. So yeah, man. But it like again, all I'm saying is Tiger Woods would be like, I think I would just take care of it. Like I would do it like the cop did. I think the cop is a standout man. Whatever it is, whatever it's Ambien, alcohol, stand up guy for not saying anything about it. He's just like, yeah, we'll just get you to the hospital, no problem. That's all.
Tiger Woods is an American icon,
hero. Even.
If we were to rebuild the heads in South Dakota, Mount Rushmore, Tiger is potentially on Mount Rushmore.
Yeah,
you defend it.
Not only that, like
old school American values.
Yeah,
cover it up.
Yeah, you're all American golfer, the best in the world. You have a tragedy, a couple tragedies, whatever, and you come back. That's American, bro. You come back and win it.
Yeah.
And handle it and keep moving forward. And I'm not, like I was saying, I'm not going to say anything about Tiger on his way up. It is what it is. Hey, man, I'm sorry. You handle your business, go to therapy. But my guy, like, I'm not going to break you down again. Hell no.
How much did this feel like a potential Kobe disaster again?
Pretty close. I think that
there's nothing worse than something happened in Hollywood Hills and it's another one of our just legend celebrities dying.
Yeah, and I think that's why it was on the news all day because of it was another celebrity, in this time getting ready might have a potential to pass away, and that's really unfortunate. If Tiger Woods did pass away, it would be a big deal.
But go full circle on this now.
Yeah,
this is America. We're back.
We're back, dude. So this is what I'm trying to figure out. The Tiger Woods situation was on the news yesterday all day long. Like they didn't stop doing it, and I'm like, oh my god. It dawned upon me. I was like, America's back. America is back, son. I've never seen a celebrity or any story other than the political on the news all day in 4 years. 4 years or so.
I mean, I love it when CNN is TMZ.
That's what I'm saying.
It warms my heart. When you can go on ESPN,
yeah,
CNN,
yeah,
Fox, good old sports story.
Yeah, Tiger Woods down, unfortunate.
Living.
Yeah.
Living.
And they're all talking about the same thing. Living. And to be like, that means there's no bigger story other than Tiger Woods.
I think to full circle this, though, from when the disaster of Kobe's death to realize, to help us all understand how fragile life can be.
Yeah.
Even if you are one of the greatest athletes of all time, cultural icon like Kobe.
Right.
To now go full circle, we almost lose Tiger. I think that closes the door on 2020 finally.
I think we're complete.
The disaster is done.
I think we're done.
You even thought it maybe cleaned up the 4 years of Trump?
I thought it cleaned up the whole 4 years because it just really closes, like you said, closes the chapter of all this, the weird news cycle that we've been going through. Like now I really want to focus back on the Kardashians. I want to focus back on the Tiger celebrity story. I want to focus back on, forget happening with water and power or anything like that. I want to know what's up with like Tiny and T.I. Like I want to know what's going on.
It is a beautiful day when Biden can open back up the cages on the border.
Right.
And we can just be talking about Tiger.
Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Hyundai Genesis.
That feels like American news coverage.
And stock up for Hyundai too. Stock up. He lived. That's a good crash safety rating.
So Genesis is a Honda?
Yeah, it's a Hyundai.
I don't really get the difference.
Yeah,
it's a Hyundai.
Yeah.
I understand. I've seen it in my head. I've seen it on the car.
Yeah,
Hyundai.
Yeah, I know. I don't
Those
know
Genesis are nice, though.
They really are. They look like a Bentley, and I literally thought it was a Bentley.
That probably is good for Genesis, right?
That's what I'm saying.
If Tiger's driving a Genesis, that changes me. And I said, it kept him safe?
It kept him safe with his seatbelt on. Good rolling down a hill. I mean, that's the best crash safety rating you're going to get.
Yo, it's hard to market these days. Genesis, this is some innovative bullshit.
I'm just saying.
Yo, Tiger, go roll this thing.
Yo.
This might be some of the dirtiest marketing I've ever seen.
Bro, I think I might buy a Genesis for my kids. Because if Tiger can roll down with their Genesis, I think my kids are going to be safe, bro. I'm just saying.
Tragedy marketing would be crazy.
Yeah.
If that's how car companies have to do it. If Elon's got to talk in. Probably myself or you one day be like, hey guys, Tesla stock's feeling a little bit weird. We haven't been in the headlines.
Yeah.
Roll a car down Hollywood Hills for us.
Bro,
Save your life.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. But let me tell you something. But if this was a Tesla autopilot, different freaking story. Oh my God. This would have been a field day.
It would have crashed our economy.
Field day.
Because Tesla would have started the tailspin. Bitcoin is already flying downhill.
Right.
It is
downhill,
sledding downhill.
Really?
Bitcoin went down 17% yesterday.
Whoa.
Yes.
Oh.
Another 2% today.
Oh.
Last 3 days have not been cute.
Oh. Interesting.
But if this on the back of that, Tesla stock went up 6% today. Tiger dies in a Tesla on autopilot.
50% almost. Tiger Woods on autopilot, and it went railed off the road.
For America, it would have tanked our economy.
Everybody's done.
Thank God for it.
Yeah.
Thank God we are here. We are here to laugh about it. Tiger Woods golfs again, right?
He golfs again.
But didn't he have a bad back already? That's the only thing when I saw him roll, because I care so much about Tiger Woods' golf career. First thing I was thinking is, I already knew he had a bad back.
Right.
That can't help.
No, it's gonna mess up his backswing. His backhand, everything is not gonna look too good. I think he had issues with his fingers actually.
Yeah.
Which is
someone was asking, what did the doctors say? I'm pretty sure we don't know yet. Right.
Super bad back. Yeah. We don't know. It hasn't been confirmed on what exactly is happening yet.
And you never know how this. You never know how it works.
No.
What is that show, Major League or whatever, or the Rookie of the Year? When the kid breaks his arm, he's better.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods could definitely come back from this,
God.
He might be stronger.
Can you imagine he comes back and wins again?
Because what's nice with stuff like this is you can always get away with steroids for a little while. You get a 5-year window of good injection time.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you're free. The doctor lets you do it. I just want to perform and do my thing.
You get steroid time.
And you get the right doctor, the right people around you. And you're like, yo,
yeah,
just an extra 5%, bro. That's it.
Wait, so LA via Kentucky. Oh, LA via Kentucky. Nice. Okay.
He has a super bad back, he says.
Super bad back. I think the no way might have been that he's not coming back.
But it doesn't help.
Is it one of those? Is this a career-ending thing?
It might, but getting
it's Tiger.
It doesn't
help. His career's
help.
not over.
It doesn't help. Yeah.
His career's not over.
Yeah.
I have a hard time believing Tiger Woods' career is over.
Yeah, and Tiger Woods is a savage. Like, he's gonna come back. He's gonna handle. He's gonna probably win another PGA.
Like I was saying, he's a Mount Rushmore type American.
Yeah, he's gonna use this as motivation to like handle MFers when he comes back. But what I'm excited about is that like literally we're back. Like I think tomorrow they're probably gonna be talking about Tiger Woods again, and or something else, or Bobby Schmurr or Kendall Jenner, Tequila Company. They're gonna be talking about all the like just more celebrity news is what I love. You know?
So Kendall Jenner, 818 Tequila.
Yeah. So that's interesting.
She racist?
I don't think she's racist. You know what? I'm not gonna call Kendall Jenner racist this time. You know, but I think not paying attention. I guess. You know.
But this is the whole thing? We're beating a dead horse here.
Yeah.
Kendall Jenner is actually a totally living, breathing, great person.
Yeah.
Kind of a phenomenal. Human being.
She's not Kylie. She's not
phenomenal human, but a phenomenal physical specimen of a human.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So she's not a dead horse.
Yeah, no, not at all.
But a lot of celebrities been starting tequila companies.
Yeah.
Why is it a problem when it's a beautiful female that starts a tequila company? Because George Clooney sells one for $1 billion,
which is great, by the way. It tastes delicious.
People are slobbing on his knob about Casamigos.
Yeah.
You ask anybody in LA, who's your favorite tequila? Casamigos is generally.
I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good.
It's delicious.
It's pretty damn good, yeah. So Kendall Jenner starts the 818. The issue was not that she was starting the tequila company, but that she was starting with the name. And then there was people that are coming out and say like, how could you do that? How could you name it 818 when this is like basically a Latino like a Latino area code? How could you start a tequila company when you're white? All this stuff.
But this is the thing.
It doesn't matter.
But 818 is the Valley.
That's what I'm saying. It is the Valley.
What does Casamigos mean? You know what I mean? So at least she didn't brand it and make it appear
like Tapatio.
Exactly.
Yeah,
she didn't make it appear like it was coming from a Hispanic area.
Good point.
She said, "This is from fucking Calabasas, bitch. This is 818.
This is Calabasas right now."
Which is like Calabasas. Is Calabasas really the Valley though? Anyway.
Yeah, barely.
When you say you live in the Valley, you live in Van Nuys, right?
Yeah.
Or like Studio City,
the crappy parts. Yeah.
Yeah, North Hollywood kind of type,
where it gets hotter for some reason when you go over that.
But
hill.
she is 818.
Yeah,
I think. And we let so many people slide.
It is what it is. I don't care. I'm just talking about like what was happening with people were just jumping on her. You know what I mean? I might buy some myself. I might drink some myself.
I wouldn't be surprised though if the Kardashians' press release is "fuck Kendall Jenner." You know what I mean? That's the way the Kardashians might market this.
Maybe
they might pump it from both sides.
Yeah.
In a hardcore effort to say, "Look at this bitch."
Yeah.
And they're writing it in their own words, saying Kendall Jenner is the problem.
I think
I wouldn't put it past them. They're crazy.
Sometimes that marketing actually works, bro. There was a big company that was doing like reverse marketing where they're just saying like this sucks and you shouldn't do this, and it was like working for a while. Maybe I think it was the food company, like the food delivery companies. One of them did that, but anyway,
they were bashing themselves.
Yeah, like they basically like you shouldn't like no, maybe not a food delivery company.
But they're like, don't come here.
But there's a company saying like, don't come here, don't come with us, or don't do this, and they basically end up building their brand. I think it's actually pretty interesting.
All right,
but hey, whatever Kendall Jenner does, it is what it is. I think she's just trying to get on board with her sisters. I think that's what it comes down to. Because imagine you're like the brokest Kardashian.
Yes.
And then that must be depressing. That's more depressing than probably being homeless. I think like you gotta like you're like my sisters are richer than my sister, that my younger sister is a billionaire and dating all these rappers, and then like my other sister is finally getting divorced from Kanye West, but she's probably a billionaire, and my mom's a billionaire, and my dad's a girl, and then like all this stuff is all over the place. But like I'm broke. Are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. I'll be pissed too.
You're saying Kendall Jenner is dealing with that issue?
Yeah.
Think about poor fat Rob, bro. Rob Kardashian, man.
Right. Rob got to pick himself up by his bootstraps. Son.
Kendall Jenner is not the issue. Poor Rob Kardashian, bro. He is the boy in all of this. The only way to get any clout is to change his fucking genitalia in this family, bro.
Yeah, I mean, true. True.
I have major empathy for Robert Kardashian. Yeah. I hope he can become one of my dudes one year.
Yeah,
you know, that'd be great. We could have him on a podcast,
right?
Kick the shit. Yeah. That guy's dealt with some trauma, I bet.
Trauma. What's
real high level bullshit, first world trauma though.
Yeah. What's Courtney's boyfriend's name? That's the guy that's actually has the shit together.
Oh, dude, he actually has one of my favorite brands of clothing out right now.
Yeah.
It's called Talentless.
What's his name?
Rob, not Rob Dietrich.
Baby Daddy, I guess.
No, what am I thinking about?
No. It's what's his name? Oh my God, Scott Disick.
Scott Disick.
Yeah.
Yo, this Talentless. I've actually worn, I think, his sweatshirt on here.
Yeah.
It is the most comfortable sweatshirt I have ever had in my life. Overpriced, crazy. Got it for Christmas.
He seems like the guy like there's hope in the Kardashian family,
dude. But he is. If you've ever, I've watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians. That man's the kind of seems like a prick.
No, he totally does. But at least he's not in it, in the craziness. He seems like a little bit separate.
He's too big of a prick to get in that.
Yeah.
Locked in and rooted in that.
Right. And I thought that Kanye West was going to do that, but he apparently didn't ever. And now they're getting a divorce with the Kim. It's crazy. I thought Kanye was going to come in and just be able to almost be that prick, or that guy that maybe just doesn't say anything, or that just hides to the side and just keeps being Kanye, just married to Kim. But then Kanye got fat and everything, and I guess he was dealing with depression and everything, which is don't get me wrong, which is crazy.
A monster.
The drugs that was happening, the addictions that was happening, and that's very extremely unfortunate. I love Kanye, and I think when you're going through that, and then plus I don't know what's happening in their household. Of course, you're going through divorce on top of that,
the stuff you guys are talking about is not so important. It matters who you're talking to. Right now, to me,
yeah,
feels like this is some mild topics, right? Mm-hmm. We're getting into our smart topics. That's
we're getting.
This is what smart and mild is about.
Yeah.
Some topics are smart, some topics are mild.
What's that?
You're saying, the topics aren't so important.
Oh, well, it's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So is what it is.
Well, thank you for being here and listening to this.
Yeah.
If you want to subscribe or send us some more time while you're on that, we totally appreciate it.
Yeah, this is what we're talking about. So
we'll get your way.
Yeah. Don't you worry, Chimney Cleaner 20129. I know that you had a long day cleaning chimneys, but we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about the heavy topics in just one moment.
That actually seems like it'd be a great gig, though.
Yeah, cleaning chimneys, chimney. Actually, I saw when I was watching the whatever movie that song's from when I was a kid. I was extremely scared of chimneys. I thought it was gonna get stuck in there and never come out.
Yeah.
And I was because I found out that chimneys in that movie chimney has a big open hole on the top. And when I found out modern houses don't have a big open hole on top,
it gets scary quick.
It gets really quick, fucking scary. And I was I'm never gonna go in there to try to clean shit in there. I don't care how much I get paid, because I don't know what's hiding in there, and I'm gonna die. So I'm not really interested.
More coffee for me.
More coffee. Yeah. So I just so all right, let's see what happened with Kanye West. I think he's gonna marry up, in my opinion. I don't know what's gonna happen with him, but I hope he marries better. But the question is, who is he gonna marry? Is he gonna marry another Kardashian? Is he gonna marry Bruce? Is he gonna marry one of the maybe I'm thinking a group from type of girl band. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe one of the what's that one group? The old Sugar Girls or whatever their names are.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
You can't marry up from Kim Kardashian?
Yeah, you can.
She's a phenomenal lady. She's doing her work. She's making it happen. Bro. She's getting people out of prison.
Yeah, right?
I think Kim K would be a hard person to marry up from.
Bro, if Kim Kardashian walked by my jail cell, I'll find a way out of prison myself, okay?
So you're a hater.
No, I think she has a big butt. It's great. No, Kim Kardashian is great. But my point, who is Kanye gonna marry next though? Who is he gonna do? What's gonna happen?
I think he goes solo.
He goes solo.
You think that he has time and place mentally for a female right now?
I think he goes older, bro. I think he's gonna get an older girl.
I don't believe that he is gonna be able to find a girl that can handle him like Kim K.
Interesting.
We got some of the best years out of Kanye. We did get the craziest years out of Kanye with Kim, but I also thought we found there was a Kanye that made more sense. With Kim.
Did he turn into Saint Pablo while he was dating Kim Kardashian? Or was that before?
Like the I Am a God stuff?
Yeah, the Yeezy Saint Pablo crap.
I think he started a church.
Yeah, he started
right when he started with Kim, right?
Yeah. He started a church and then he started getting better and stuff. He did a little bit get better, but like a little bit didn't.
Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins, yeah.
Jiminy. There we go.
Yeah. Thanks, Kentucky. You all right?
Ah, that's awesome.
Yeah, hide the money. Chimney, I'm with you, Mary Poppins. Okay.
I like how people are making friends in our chat against us. They're like, fuck these guys. I'm on your team.
Love it. I love it.
And like slowly we'll have like marriages and babies from our chat
of
hatred being like,
great.
We were just listening to this shit podcast together. We hated them.
Fuck them. It makes me more pumped. I'm really excited.
I'm proud of what we're building.
Yeah,
I don't know
thank
what they're
you
talking
so
about.
much. It's actually really great. So let's talk about some other topics. I want to talk about did we talk about Ted Cruz last time? With the whole snowstorm and we talked about how like like all you call Californians left and to get a snowstorm, and then but we didn't talk about Ted Cruz just dipping.
I don't know if we got to it.
I don't think we talked about Ted Cruz
because you know what? I think it happened the day after our podcast.
Yeah,
because we do this on Wednesdays,
right?
I think he flew on Wednesday, and it might have been happening when we were speaking.
Okay, got it.
I'm more conservative.
Yeah.
Ted Cruz does the dumbest, most bullshit. And like that is the problem with politicians.
Right.
That hypocritical, just like stupid and like in a way evil, where it's like, dude, they need you in this time.
Right.
To be able to sit down. If you are running around on a plane, if like let's say we need to upload this show.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, don't worry, Cameron. Like, and you're like, we really need to upload it tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
Like, don't worry, I'm gonna jump on a plane really quick.
Yeah.
Go down to Cancun.
Right.
You'd be like, oh, cool. It's not happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Like, I mean, like maybe I don't care, or maybe you do care.
Yeah.
But you would have a decision to make.
Yeah.
But the decision wouldn't be maybe it happens.
Right.
It's not happening.
No.
You don't have time to work when you're in traveling, especially to Cancun.
No.
I love the memes. I don't know if like, did you see the cornrows?
Yeah.
So if you've ever been in like white suburban America, and maybe this happens in other places too.
Right.
But any time that someone would go on vacation to Cancun, Puerto Vallarta, they'd come back with like the cornrows, and they would keep them in for like 2 weeks after they got there too.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Okay.
Ted Cruz is an asshole. I'm sorry. Like, and he was one of my guys. He was actually someone who I wanted to be president.
Really?
No joke.
Interesting.
I liked I really liked his flat tax stuff. Mm-hmm. Just a typical bullshit guy now.
Just never did it.
That's what sucks.
Something turned. So I don't know too much about Ted Cruz, but like something turned with him in like mid like Trump thing happening. Like something changed in his. I don't know too much about him before, but it's just like he seems like a one of those guys, like when you're a kid and like finally got to the cool table. Yeah. And now he's like, well, I'm cool now. Fuck you all. But like you're full of shit.
He's got this kind of creepiness to him for sure.
Yeah.
And it seems like people don't like him.
No, yeah.
So it never was like Ted Cruz has a bunch of friends. His only friend seems to be Glenn Beck.
Yeah. Weird.
And I mean, I like listening to Glenn Beck every once in a while, but dude, Ted Cruz, you're out.
Yeah, out, son.
You guys are booty. You should quit.
Love it.
Unfortunately, this is episode 10. We're just getting started.
We're just getting started. So keep on coming.
We appreciate you.
Yeah.
It's going to be 6 p.m. PST every single Wednesday, potentially for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You can find us on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe.
If
you want a smart cap, go on smartmile.com. You can find it out there.
Yeah. If you find us booty, like feel free to buy our merch so we can continue to support ourselves.
But I do appreciate the input.
Yeah.
It is nice to know that we should.
Yeah.
There's only one problem. We can't.
Yeah. We're not. We won't.
Yeah, but we do love you.
Can't stop, won't stop. But yeah, absolutely. That's what's really interesting. But yeah, something I don't know what happened when he grew his little beard. He was like, you know what? Fuck him.
Did you ever fuck with him?
No, ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I never.
Because I'm more right, you're more left.
Sure.
And so I think if the people on the right really fucked with Ted Cruz for a while.
Yeah.
He was kind of before Trump showed up. And Trump made things really weird because that actually put a huge division.
Mm-hmm.
I was never much of a Trumper. I thought he was hilarious, and I liked some of his stuff.
Right.
But I never could get fully on board because he's an asshole and a narcissist, and I don't think that really works.
Right.
Ted Cruz was kind of this guy before that where we're like, he seemed like a heady intellectual politician.
Mm.
He seemed like he had an understanding of the game, and I liked the way that he played it. And he always kept it like rooted in like the ultimate conservative values, always pushing things and saying like, what is the Constitution? What does the Supreme Court need out of this whole thing? Yeah. Dude, when you do shit like that, fuck you. It's done. It's a game. Yeah. It's too bad that one decision can be a wrap. And I don't like the whole like cancel culture thing. Yeah. But when it's 100-year snowstorm in your state, you can't go to Cancun.
Yeah, no.
You can't.
You really literally can't. Like in no planet can you go anywhere. Like you got to stay in your space. I feel like almost minus tragedy. I feel like if you are a mayor or senator of whatever state, I feel like you should. I feel like they don't do this enough, but you should vacation in your state to other places. You know what I mean? Like you should like really promote other places, even if they're just another place. I don't know, in your own place, in your own state. I mean, maybe your state sucks. I don't know, but like I just feel like not enough politicians do that enough. They like when they want a vacation, they dip out.
Well, like, that's where we should really not like politicians are politicians for too long.
Yeah, yeah.
You should only be a politician for like maybe 8 years
tops,
and live in that.
Right.
Like you're saying, like do it all.
Yeah.
You go to ball games, you're rooting for your home team.
Right.
You know, you go to vacation, you're driving to your local space.
I'm going to Sierra Nevadas. I'm not going to fucking Hawaii. I'm not going to Hawaii. I'm not going to Japan.
You're doing your state the right.
Yeah.
So I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a politician being a politician.
That's just so unfortunate to have like someone to be like, like I'm out. Like they really just didn't think it through. I guess.
And well, he has the audacity initially to say, "Oh, I was actually just dropping my daughter off."
Yeah.
He blames it on his daughter.
That's so.
We're like,
so
hey,
sad.
like it got really cold in our house and our water was off, and I get it. It actually got super scary in Dallas.
Yeah.
My sister lives down there. This was a dangerous snowstorm.
Yeah.
And that's weird for some people who live in like Minnesota to be like, how does it get that weird? But their infrastructure was not built to be able to deal with that because it was 100-year snowstorm. Like this just doesn't happen.
Right.
People try to politicize it way too much.
Yeah.
They try to say like, oh, it's solar power. Oh, it's that. Dude, it was just a natural disaster.
A failure on that state government, period.
And it was just, and also like sometimes while it's happening, just start fixing it. I get that people are going to start whining and start pointing fingers. Just fix it.
Yeah.
That's like, but running away from it, crazy.
Yeah.
But so he has this big ass bag and he's like, oh, I was just going to turn around. It's like, how much do you need for a day trip?
Yeah.
He had like a pull along.
Homie was going out. He was like, pace.
Oh, but then
pace.
He did like a day later on Fox. He was like, I was going for the whole weekend.
Yeah.
And some person on his wife's text chain just outs the whole story.
Isn't that sad? Like you got people like not even with you. Like that's so sad. Like or somebody's friend or brother did it or whatever. But that's that's something, you know. Like imagine.
And if it does tell me about someone, if your friend group that you have like an internal chain with, is willing to out you, that shows what type of person you are a little bit.
Yeah, because that means
they don't have your back, and for some reason they're like, you know what? Like we maybe like you because the clout that you give us. Because I know the cruises in Texas, that's probably a cool thing,
right?
But like if they're still like, yeah, but fuck that family.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That just shows you probably don't have a good heart.
Yeah, something.
Unfortunately,
something's in there that's not like working. You know what I mean?
Unless maybe it's a snake in the grass. Maybe it's just a shit friend.
Yeah.
But shittier decision than it was a shitty friend.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that's unfortunate. So I don't know. Yeah, Ted Cruz is interesting, but I mean, I do want I do want to say this too. Actually, as I did more research, as I was talking crap about Texas, actually, I'm sorry what happened in Texas. That's very unfortunate. Actually, it got dicey. Yeah, it got dicey. It got real scary, and people were passing away from it, and that's not cool.
Did they say how many deaths actually happened from that?
I think it's still unconfirmed. Because they're probably still
because they got to go into people's houses and
they
actually
literally
figure out who froze it out.
Yeah, they damn near have to break into someone's house, or like their family has to report that they're not answering the phone and stuff. Like that's gonna take a little bit. And that's unfortunate because there might be situations that are just not taken care of to this day, and that's not good.
The issue is too when everyone starts politicizing things so quick.
Yeah.
I feel like we could have probably solved some of those problems if people aren't always fighting these like bullshit battles all the time.
What is that though? Like I think that started to happen. I would argue even in the Bush years, where like people started like saying like it always become like right or left issue. It's not like a people issue. It's not like a state issue. It's not a government issue. There's no like people on the like a lot of times people on the right or left want our power to work in a winter storm. Like literally, or we want like the basic things to do for ourselves. We don't want like breakdown, regardless of what party you are in.
But it's weird because people will be saying, "Oh no, look at Texas."
Yeah.
But in a weird way, they love it. In a weird way, they're like, I want to see Texas fail.
Right.
And then like people who don't like solar, right, will be like, oh well, the solar is implanted on some of this grid. The grid is failing because of solar or whatever.
Which is interesting.
And then in a weird way, they're rooting for the grid to fail.
Right.
In order for them to get their point across.
Oh, yeah.
But we forget that human lives are actually getting lost.
Yeah.
In our Twitter battle.
Yeah.
Like winning this battle. It's like, how does this happen?
Totally. I was telling you last week on the podcast, like, say California has a major earthquake, everyone's going to be talking so much shit on us. They're like, oh, it's because it's the left. The crust of the earth moved because the left-leaning Democrats are gay over there. That's what they'll say. Some shit. And
every time there's an earthquake.
Every time there's
that's the devil waking up and being like, hey, shaking loose.
Every time there's a fire in LA, they're like, oh, it's the gays. Like
because of West Hollywood.
Yeah, because West Hollywood. And I'm like, dude, like they definitely did not light the fire.
I'm a religious person.
Yeah.
So I get how like Babylon gets kind of squashed.
Yeah.
Maybe that happens to LA at some point because if Babylon exists, bitch is here.
Yeah.
But I don't think every earthquake is because dudes are dicking each other down in West Hollywood every Saturday.
No.
And plus during COVID, I don't think you can anymore.
No. But I mean, even if it was God's plan, I mean, wouldn't there be more earthquakes in San Francisco and here? I mean, I feel like it would be.
That's the thing. If they knew how many people were actually dicking each other down.
Yeah. It would be way more brutal.
Oh, earthquake daily, dude.
Oh, son. Like, I almost said we would be fucked, but I don't want to go there. But yeah, no, it would be pretty bad.
Yeah, they don't realize how wild it is.
LA and San Francisco would not be as nice as it is because it'd be burnt the fuck down. So, I mean, I'm just saying. So, based on that math of like, earthquakes every few years, I don't know.
It doesn't correlate.
I don't think it is, man. Like, it be what it be. So.
I thought you were the guy from Barstool. He gets that weekly.
What guy? Me?
Yeah.
Who's the guy from Barstool?
They think you're the guy from Barstool.
Who the hell is
There's a guy on Barstool that kind of looks like you.
Dude, that's what I said. I said in the beginning of the podcast, all these people say, oh, you look like this guy.
What's his name, dude? I don't even know.
People say you look like everybody. And dude, I'm not gonna lie. I did this. I'm sitting here talking shit, but I literally did this to my dentist the other day. And I was like,
you kind of look like.
There was a lady in the front office, and there was my straight up dentist, and I was like, oh, I thought you were my dentist. My dentist, like, I thought they looked alike. Now, they kind of do, and I'm not saying that because they're Asian, but they kind of did look alike. I'm just saying.
It's hard to do that to another race.
It's hard to do that to another race.
That's an edgy step.
Yeah, because
you kind of look like.
You're like, did I just say something totally racist? But like, I genuinely
and you can't say it right away.
No.
Like not like 5 minutes. You kind of look like.
No.
But Reddit does that daily.
You'd be like, yo, like you look like this. We're grouping together. Like it's weird. I don't get it, and but I think there's a little bit of when people do that, I think there's a little bit of laziness to it. And the same reason why people like group party by party per issue. They're like, that's lazy. You're not really looking at the root of the problem, what's actually happening there. You're just like, oh, the left people and the right people and stupid shit. And I'm like, dude, like, pay attention to what's actually happening, and then you can actually say the right thing or not say anything.
Like, you'll catch up. Don't worry.
Yeah. It's almost like when people, criticize other people's podcasts, but ain't doing one. So that's interesting. So, Clubhouse needs regulation. What do you think about that?
Yo, this is interesting. Clubhouse, when I initially got into it.
See, I thought he was bushing about. That's exactly what I fucking said in the beginning of this podcast, that people would fucking say that. And it is whatever. Anyway, sorry. But Clubhouse.
Clubhouse really started as, to me, seemingly as a very left-leaning and predominantly black app. And so for me as like a as like a white conservative guy, I was like, oh, this is a type of conversation that I'm usually not let in on. Because people were speaking freely.
Yeah.
It was like people had no problem with saying like, "Yo, fuck Whitey" on there.
I'm sorry.
Which I think,
I'm sorry.
I think it's dope, but I usually don't get to hear that when I'm in the room because it would be a little more muffled than what was happening on Clubhouse.
Right.
But now Clubhouse really starts to expand. Tim Dillon's on there. Yep. Joe Rogan just goes on there.
Executives and from all these companies.
You know, and so it was left leaning.
Yeah.
And then it was also, it really became Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Now Clubhouse is potentially a place that's spreading too much false information.
Misinformation, yeah.
Because people speak bullshit. That's what happens. It's okay. I do not understand why we're trying to regulate conversation.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Good luck.
Yeah, because it's literally stifling or regulating free speech. Because our podcast, we can say whatever the hell we want. Isn't that funny?
And what's cool about too is we'll say some stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And people will check us.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, did Bobby Shmurda get like freed by Trump?
You're like, no,
that was Kodak Black.
Yeah, we're like, okay, cool. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
I kind of did to Bobby Shmurda what they've been doing to you.
Yeah, right. They look alike.
So I'm the hypocrite.
But I said it too. I said they kind of look like if you cut off Kodak Black's dreads, he kind of looks like Bobby Shmurda.
Yeah, so we've been doing that.
Yeah.
So we are our followers.
Yeah. But, we are the same people.
We always want to jump in and say, now, what is safe speech? What is right?
Right.
And it's just, when is the government going to realize this is going to be an impossible task? And we don't always need to be right. Sometimes it takes time to process information. If you stick with us for long enough, you're going to realize that I say things that are going to be completely hypocritical of what I come to the conclusion of. Mm-hmm. Because while you're processing a thought, you're going to say some stuff you don't agree with. I've listened to our podcast back already, and I go, I don't agree with him at all.
Oh, yeah.
Him being me.
Right.
And it's because that's what it took for me to get to the conclusion of I don't agree with that thought anymore. Mm-hmm. If we don't let people process information appropriately, we are going to have a dumber, illegitimate thought society. It's not going to work.
Right. And that's why I like having the podcast with you. So if I'm sitting here just talking shit about myself, who knows what kind of shit that will come out of my mouth.
Yeah, we are regulation for each other.
Yeah.
They are regulation for us.
Yeah.
And then the ether is going to obviously come down and fucking cancel this thing.
All of us. The ether will totally 100% cancel the fuck out of us.
And then we'll just push back.
It is what it is. We'll just make another one. We'll just keep popping up like roaches. It is what it is, you know?
But how exactly? We will pop up like roaches just the same way Clubhouse will. Just the same way people who are trying to have conversation will.
Because Clubhouse, they're already looking. Facebook is already trying to clone it. Twitter's already cloned it.
Really?
Yeah. And so they're trying to get other applications to do the exact same thing.
Twitter's cloned it.
Yeah. You can talk. You can talk on Twitter now. You can have group conversations on Twitter.
Oh,
which makes,
sick.
In my opinion, on Twitter, it makes a lot of sense, right?
That's where a thing like Twitter can shut a Clubhouse down fast.
Yeah. In Facebook too. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
But I like Twitter better because Twitter has fought for real freedom.
Right. It's like
I'm not talking on Facebook.
No,
not the way that you talk on Clubhouse.
No. Yeah,
it does. Facebook has proven that they don't allow free speech.
Right,
which is okay. It's their companies. They can do that.
Yep.
You can do that as a free. I have a problem with it, and I don't think that helps their success.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that you can't.
Right.
In America, you can choose to shut down free speech if you're a private company. I get it.
Right.
Just not a smart business decision.
Right. And yeah, it's gonna make you look bad at the end of the day. You know, it's gonna make you look like you're, everything that pops up that looks free is just gonna get shut down. It's like having strict parents, or not even strict parents. It's like having just parents that just want to shut everything down. You should have an idea for.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, mommy, I want to build a rocket ship. No. Mommy, I want to build a car. No. But you can do whatever you want, honey.
Yeah. Your kid's either gonna shoot up a school, or build a rocket ship.
Mm-hmm. You can
one or the other.
You can be whatever you want, honey. Anything you want. But mom, I want to dress. I want to dress in dresses. No, you can't. But mom, I want to wear a hat to church. No, you can't.
Do you think half the kids though, so when the Hollywood parents are getting their kids dress in dresses and saying hey, my 7-year-old child decided to change its gender?
Yeah.
You think that might have been a collective process with the family?
Yeah, so that happened.
Not to say it can happen.
That happened.
But how does it always happen to the most liberal person that their parent or their kid ended up deciding to change it up?
And this is the thing, we keep talking about the left and right, liberal, conservative. Don't get me wrong, I get what you're saying, and it's basically correct. But I'm saying like but also it's like a little bit of a kind of a what do you call it, like uneducated family in the way of like how things work, I guess. Because I hate to give like hard points on this show because this is a show for open talk, but
right.
You know, yeah, basically it is like a collective group of people saying like, yeah, this is a good idea, you know, and like encouraging it, and the people around you encouraging it, and then you going, yeah, I guess this is a good idea. I guess we're just gonna do this now, and if everyone supports me, why not?
Yeah.
And
I just want to get to a world though where guys can wear dresses, and don't have to change their gender.
Yeah. Okay. That's a world we live in now, but it's because
it's cooler
cross-dressers. That's cross-dressers.
Yeah, but it's always like, well, if he likes to, like, then like, well, now why can't Caitlyn Jenner just be a dude that wants to, like, you know, like we kind of live in a world that where guys can't, like, I get that Harry Styles did it, so maybe I'm actually wrong on this. Maybe I'm being a hypocrite and being an idiot. But it seems as though we have a world that would rather have you change your gender than just be a dude that likes dresses.
Yeah, like
we like that idea more.
Almost like go all the way or don't go at all. Like go all the way. Yeah.
Like people are like, oh, maybe he's not a guy. It's like, no, he's just a guy that's fucking with a dress.
Yeah.
Why don't guys wear dresses? Because girls don't like guys wearing dresses.
Yeah.
All the girls that give Harry Styles the claps for wearing a dress, go see how liberal your girlfriend is.
Yeah.
By walking outside in a dress.
Put on a dress. I dare you.
She won't
find out.
She won't let you go out to Hollywood with a dress on.
You're literally not gonna have a girlfriend.
You could have the most liberal girlfriend ever. She's not letting you wear a dress on.
Bro, and even if you have a girlfriend that lets you do that, dump her.
Yeah.
Like you don't get me in check at all. Like you're just gonna let me run free. You're gonna have kids with that woman? How dare you? I don't know. So I think no, you're definitely not gonna have a girlfriend. So I think what people want is in a way simplicity. Like in simplicity in their mind, even though, you know, like even if I get in a dress, it shouldn't matter to you, but like you have to go through this whole process of thought, like, oh my god, is that a woman, is that a guy, what is he doing, is he gay? Blah, blah, blah. And then you don't want to think about that. Like I guess people don't want to think that through, and they don't want to have like that go through that process of thought. So they just want to have like, are you a girl, are you a guy, are you a girl dressed in guy clothes or a guy in reverse?
But isn't that is that a cultural condition or is that a human condition?
I think it's a human condition.
Do humans like simplicity?
I think it's a human condition.
I think humans like simplicity, right? I think we like order.
Yeah.
And I think, but I love the idea of pushing against the order. I think that's also, in a weird way, a human condition in itself.
Yeah, it's a freedom condition in itself.
Yeah. So we kind of like we are a wave, right? Like we like order, but then we like to push against the order. Right. We like more order, push against the order. That's I think the real truth of a human condition is those ebbs and flows of creating those systems. Yeah,
you notice that like at least in what I've noticed is like every time there's very like quote oppressive or like hard, like people that feel like oppressed, almost seem like the most free. You know,
if you put I would say if you put structure on your life, that is freedom. Yeah. Right, because you get like those athletes, like but maybe that's not what you're talking about.
No. I'm saying like it's like, say for instance you have like oppressive government like Turkey or something like that, and then you have like people in there that's like, you know, like F this government. I don't want to live in these conditions. You know, screw this. And you know what? I'm gonna be free. I'm gonna be me because F you guys, right? And there's a lot of like creativity that flows in there, in my opinion. But there's also like there's freedom, creativity that flows in like open space too. But I think there's a little bit of like when you feel like pressed, you want to reverse it. You want to like get out of it. You want to like
that's something about the hope of being human, right? Is that diamonds are made through pressure. Yeah. Right. And so that's not to ever root for oppression, but it's also to have hope during oppression. Yeah. Where we are built to survive. Every single human that's currently on this planet, their genetic code is a fucking survivor. Yeah. Nothing against the groups of individuals that were wiped out. But like, if you're here, you do have something to be like, dude, my DNA has survived this fucking chaos. Right. And so there is some beauty in that. Yeah. You know, we find that those are the stories that I think we all will always love the most is people that had dealt with great adversity, overcoming that, and just spawning off into in greatness.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what's interesting. Like it's like such when people go like, you're not gonna tell me what to do, I'm gonna do me, and do it right, and then do it good, and then like you're able to become great. And that looks like a mark of a hero, a mark of a person who doesn't abide by the rules, a person who's going off course and doing right, and people get inspired by that. Like,
well, that's the only way to actually do anything in life, is to have this chip on your shoulder that the world is against me. That's how we hate people like Donald Trump, right? Because we think that he never fought against anything. But Donald Trump is a guy probably that internally felt like this kid from Queens that needed to fight against a system in Manhattan that didn't want him. So he's like, I'm this kid from Queens, from a slumlord dad that isn't getting invited into this big higher money system in Manhattan. He pushed down the door. Right. And so we all have to somehow build this chip on our shoulder. Either society gives us that chip, or we kind of, in a weird way, create this chip on our shoulder in order to push us forward. Right. And some levels of oppression are different, but you have to feel kind of me against the world in order to really create something great.
Yeah, I totally 100% believe that. I believe that a little bit of myself. I believe that in this podcast,
Yeah.
That's why we talk the shit that we do, because we are literally tired of people being, told what to say, having talking points, having these specific press releases to talk about this, that, and the other. Having people, having people get canceled. We're like against the cancel culture.
100%.
Yeah. That's why we say the shit that we say.
Well, I see the door closing on some things, and I just hope that we can create ourselves a space and a platform to be able to authentically have our own voice in a world that's existing. Yeah. Right. And as it progresses forward, it might get freer or it might get less free. Yeah. But either way, I want to be able to have a platform that's our own, that we don't have to speak through somebody else's filter.
Right.
And so that's why we put ourselves on as many things as possible to then go, whoever creates these little filters, whether it's a Clubhouse or a YouTube or a Twitter, hopefully somebody frees it up, and we want to be in that space.
Yeah. And also, like, guys, we got to remember, these apps are free. These apps are free for a reason, and they're free because these apps are able to collect the data that you get, that they get from the voices, that whatever you're saying and doing, whatever, and you're able to do, they're able to take that and be able to take that data and sell it. Hello.
If you're wondering what we're doing, we're on YouTube right now. This is Smart and Mild Podcast.
We're out here.
We're live. Yeah, we're live right now. So like and subscribe. You can find our merch on smartandmild.com.
Yes, sir.
And my little sister's trying to talk to me right now. Yeah. But the best way that she can find me is on YouTube.
Yeah. She can definitely hear us.
So she's wondering what we're going through or what we're up to.
Yeah, and if you comment on YouTube, we'll talk back. Absolutely.
Yeah, we better be out there. So absolutely. We'll see you there in a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Over and out.
See ya. Yeah. So I mean, so let's a lot of companies were coming in board, like countries are coming in board, like Germany, and countries like China was also blocked Clubhouse already because they want to be able to regulate what free speech is. And we don't like people getting together and talking about our government. We don't like people getting together talking about getting rich.
We hate it.
We don't like people getting together and talking about Black Lives Matter. Please. Shut it down. Shut it all down. So,
but in a weird way, America lets it fly.
Yeah.
As much as we always do fight these different powers that make us feel like we are suppressed.
Yeah.
We have some pretty cool freedom out here that everyone does really fight for.
Yeah. And I love it. I love that we have that, So, I mean, let's talk about the heroes. Let's talk about the heroes, man, because our grocery store workers are heroes. And
they've been heroes.
They've been
putting it down for it.
The restaurant industry has shut the frick down. We can't go in, outside, or even around the restaurant anymore.
Yep. And
grocery stores, we were always wondering why malls and grocery stores are open. But like these guys that are able to provide us for food, for goodness sake, we're working their butts off, overtime, left time, whatever it is, and basically weren't getting paid extra for it, like the nurses were, like the people cleaning the streets and other things. And the grocery store people push back and be like, we want more pay.
The hazard pay. So they're calling it hero pay. It just got approved in LA County, and then now is getting like doubly approved in LA City Council.
Yeah.
But what it is, it's a mandate that grocery stores are going to have to pay their employees $5 more for the next 4 months.
$5 an hour more.
$5 an hour more.
Right.
That seems steep.
Well, I mean, is it though? Because I put it this way. Yeah, the government gave us stimulus, but think about the people that are literally unemployed, and they got like a boost for being unemployed. They got this, and they should get that money for being employed because it wasn't their fault. But
everybody got the stimulus.
Yeah.
Unemployed or employed.
Right. Yes, that's true. But I just think of like the people that like imagine, like there's always people that like to brag like I'm getting paid more on unemployment than I used to get paid working.
Yeah.
And imagine you're unemployed and you're walking into a grocery store buying all this shit, and there's someone's like actually putting your groceries and your salads in the little sections, and they're like, dude, like I'm still struggling over here, and I'm working for you that I have to work because we're the only places open.
Yeah, and so the only problem that I have with this is the fact that the government is mandating that the grocery store has to do this, and they're claiming that and there has been elements of my mind that have gone to, okay, Amazon with Whole Foods is crushing it right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Grocery stores are the only people that are winning.
Yeah.
They have to be making a lot of money right now.
Absolutely.
And that kind of feels weird to make money in a pandemic.
Yeah.
But the grocery stores are also saying that just because we've been open and have been selling a lot of food, there's still a lot that goes into making this happen right now. And that our margin has gone down.
Yeah.
We don't have the ability to do this. Yeah. And the government's saying, we don't give a fuck. Yeah. For the next 4 months, you're going to be paying each employee $5 more and a hero wage. Hasn't the government made more tax money off of the grocery stores? If the government was paying each employee $5 or more, it would make a little bit more sense. But to mandate a private business to do it, it feels a little bit goofy to me.
Yeah. I see.
But maybe the private businesses have that money going around.
Well, I mean,
it's a percentage wise though. What? So they're probably making from like $15 an hour now to $20 an hour.
Yeah,
that's a spike.
No, that is a spike, and it's a good spike for them. But it is tough because when it comes to grocery stores, they are having a lot of inventory that they have to get rid of, and like they're probably renting the space, probably don't own the space, so they're renting. They have to pay for a crap ton of electricity, back end, front end, everything. All their water or whatever's going on, all their employees that they're already paying.
They're probably cleaning the place more, doing more sanitation,
more hours and stuff like that. And there is a lot that does go into grocery stores. But at the same time, yeah, they're right. Because of what's been happening with the pandemic, they are making more money. And there's a level of like, there's a level of give and take. Because what's going to happen is, as always, there's going to be the smaller grocery stores that are going to get hit the hardest. They have like 4 employees, and they have to pay them $5 more. Your little corner grocery store, you have to pay them $5 more now?
No, it's if you have more than 300 employees.
Okay, decent. Okay.
I think that's what it is.
Okay, good. I'm glad that's a good.
Yeah, so the private grocery store is not getting hit. It's like once you're Ralph's.
Okay, got it. Okay, that's a good thing then.
Yeah.
So basically, they're corporate. Either maybe not that specific grocery store might not have the money, but the corporation likely does.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Ralph's.
Some of the conservative element is there's one service that survived this pandemic. The grocery store industry.
Yeah, interesting.
Nice way to chop off the last living economic thing that even exists.
Yeah, no.
It's kidding. Like, so movie theaters gone. Restaurants gone. A lot of like any real estate ripped.
Yeah, like
we haven't felt that yet, but I think there's just overall debt of think of all of the different types of shops that are also paying in their rent that now aren't happening anymore.
Yeah.
The economy is at some point gonna like rip.
It's been happening in silence. We haven't just seen it yet because everyone is not outside yet.
We're just holding. I think somehow we're like holding the gate on like the flood that's actually coming.
Totally.
And so it's like, okay, the last living thing we do have the grocery stores. Boom.
Yeah.
Just rip its head off quick.
Yeah, literally.
That's not to say that I do have empathy for the people that have been fighting that fight, and they've been doing it when we thought this pandemic could be like the thing that kills us all.
Yeah.
I still am like one of those people where I do realize that this is one of the worst pandemics of our lifetime.
Yeah.
But for a lot of the people that work in the grocery store, if you're younger, this isn't as deadly as everybody wanted to talk for younger people. For older people, this is very deadly. However, the average age of death for COVID-19 is 78. The average age of death before COVID in America was 78. 78 years. 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 78 Like what? Yes, I mean I don't know. It's a confusing thing to me.
Yeah, it's very confusing. And that's what I noticed. Like, it's interesting. What about the spike in the cost of wholesale goods?
Right.
Yeah.
So that is where the government sometimes just it doesn't feel like they're taking in all the factors of what it takes to run a business.
Yeah.
And they're just saying, "Oh, this is easy. This is easy money that like nobody was supporting. This is difficult."
Yeah, this is difficult because everything is harder now. Like I'm trying to get Nintendo Switch. I'm trying to get Nintendo Switch accessories. It's harder to get that shit, because of the pandemic. Everything is harder because of multiple suppliers and multiple people working together as one, and that's pretty damn difficult in a pandemic. It is what it is.
Well, there's no such thing as easy money.
No.
I mean, maybe in Jeff Bezos' world, there's easy money, but even the guys like Elon Musk, who's like winning right now, no one's taking bigger chances than that man. Like, dude, that guy risked everything to get to where he's going.
Yeah.
I still don't, even though he's worth $100 billion, whatever it is, I still don't think it was easy money that Elon's sitting in right now.
No, he's also like mega genius.
So that's what we're talking about. So the richest people in the world don't have easy money.
No.
The grocery business has such thin margin in it anyway.
In itself. Probably the thinnest margin almost of any company there is.
Probably.
Yeah.
And so for you to just say, oh, well, grocery stores, every employee $5 more, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Maybe they won't.
Yeah.
Maybe they won't.
And what's going to happen is what has already happened is they'll shut down the grocery stores in certain communities that don't make enough money. Period. They'll be like, oh, well, that grocery doesn't make enough money. That grocery store doesn't make enough money. Shut it down. And where are those grocery stores? Likely in lower end communities. Likely. I mean,
right.
I mean, so it's really unfortunate. And yeah, like we said, we think if the government's going to mandate it, they should do it. You do it.
Yeah. It was sure that ends up being all of us.
Yeah.
But if we're going to do this, I suppose, well, and then also with the next stimulus package,
are we getting $600? Are we getting
$1,200? Well, they snuck in the $15 minimum wage universally.
Yeah.
It's so weird during something that needs to happen timely to sneak in something that we're still all fighting about.
Yeah, that's weird.
You know what I mean? So it's like there's trying to be all empathetic on the left. I get it. But then to sneak in something like a minimum wage, that's not empathetic because that's still something that has a longer discussion to be talked about.
Yeah, because that's really when it goes into small businesses cutting into their margins.
Well, you think you're gonna jump minimum wage to what, a restaurant right now?
Yeah. Oh my God, no.
Like dude, put the minimum wage on the sideline. Yeah. Give us the stimulus checks. Yeah. Make that happen. It's not kind to sneak in a minimum wage right now.
Right. I mean, let's play devil's advocate right now. I've been working this whole time, working for $11. Well, not me, literally, but I say I'm working this whole time for $11 an hour, and for you motherfuckers that's just rolling around on unemployment, and you can't give me $15 an hour. Come on now.
Sure.
And I'm like, I still can't feed my family. It's 2021.
But you're gonna open up all these businesses with a higher pay?
Oh no, it's very difficult to do. I totally agree with you, but I'm saying like it's like damn, like cost of everything's going up, inflation's going up, everything's happening, but all these people are getting richer, but I'm still making $11 an hour.
There was a point in time where everybody was making tech money on unemployment.
Oh yeah,
making good, like it was $3,600 a month.
Yeah,
right.
That's crazy. I mean, I don't know. I never got that shit. I wonder who got it. I'm actually very curious.
I still haven't got my stimulus.
Yeah. I really want to know like what y'all been doing for real. So I mean, I don't know. LA grocery pay. I wish them all the best. LA, damn, like I'm starting to feel like almost like Joe Rogan a little bit, where he's like, damn, like LA is getting weird. Like it took me a while to get to this point where I'm like, man, like maybe because now I'm out of it and maybe coming back in every single day, maybe it looks a little different.
Because that like 20-minute, it changes.
Yeah, a little bit. Because I used to be in it and now I'm slightly out of it. But when I come back in, I'm like, it's dirty, it's smelly, it sucks. And I'm just like, I love LA, don't get me wrong, but I'm like, damn, like this is getting a little.
Suburbs are different. They're cozier.
Yeah.
They're more boring.
Yeah, no, the suburbs are horrible. I hate the suburbs. They're the worst thing that ever happened to all humankind.
But LA is becoming a shithole.
Yeah. Because I'm like, there's a lot of shit on the sidewalks. There's a lot of piss on the sidewalks.
Actual shit,
and it's human shit, not dog shit this time. There's kind of a lot of stuff going everywhere. Like I'm trying to talk to someone on the phone. Like every 10 seconds, I'm like, nah, man, I don't have $1 in my. Hey, man, I'm sorry. I'm like, hey, yeah, but girl, da 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 da. Yeah, I mean, sorry, man, I don't have $1. Like every 10 seconds, you know, I'm walking down the street, minding my own business. Listen, I give to homeless people. I love them all. When I was younger, dude, we always gave like everything we had that we didn't want, we gave it, or stuff that we even did want, we gave it, just for the purpose of doing. But like, you know. I'm not, you know, I can't help everybody.
That doesn't mean that LA's not getting shitty.
You know, it's getting shitty.
You can have empathy for homeless individuals and still be like, LA, what the fuck,
dude? Like, I'm helping people in circles now. Like it's strange, and I'm like, I don't know, like, yeah, like I said in the beginning, like it takes living in it to get used to it. But when you're used to it, it's like it's weird thing that's happening. Like you're like literally living in the shit, like living in a dirty room, you know. You're like, okay, I guess this is it now. Like, this is my room, but I guess I got a home now. Like, oh great. You know. And I just think you know, it's really unfortunate, but again, it's like, like a part of this is because of the pandemic. A lot of like people, what I feel bad for, really, like what I really feel bad for is the people who straight up lost their job, don't have much family, and like now living in like a van, and because of the pandemic, because like they lost say their even grocery store job.
Let's say grocery store or like a bartender, like you're making pretty good money,
yeah.
$300 some nights,
yeah.
like in Hollywood or West Hollywood,
yeah,
right, but you just don't have that much family around you,
right,
or you took a risk to come out here,
right,
and it falls apart,
and by the way, when 2020 started, a lot of people were taking risks. Why? Because a lot of people take risks every year, but people were like, right? Remember 2019 going into 2020? They're like, 2020 is the year of risk. We're
got
going
this.
All in, everybody doing whatever the hell you want. Handle it. If you want to move. You want to do this, do that.
I mean, it was Trump's America. It was open wheel racing. Everyone woke up and said, "Oh shit, anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
This might be the last year of our lives."
And to be frank, they were kind of right. You know, like it open market, the economy was doing pretty good, and all of a sudden, like this happened, and you're like, I just got here, like I just made a move, I just made a whole life choice, and now I'm totally screwed because of this.
Yeah,
and that's the people I feel bad for, because that's unfortunate.
Yeah, and we're gonna see a lot come out of that, which is still totally unresolved.
Yeah,
we don't know those stories yet,
and we're gonna hear those stories later on. It's gonna be like you know, in 2000, I remember, in 2014, 15, 15. There are always people still talking about, oh, when the 2008 crisis hit, oh man, it messed me up.
Yeah, you know, people always like to talk about like how the history is gonna be written, and there is an element of history gonna be written that, you know, Trump's people stormed the Capitol on January 6th. Yeah. That's absolutely going to be a part of the history books, right? One element of the history books that is still, I believe, being overlooked is how a bunch of able-bodied young people, 40 and under, didn't show up during a time of ultimate crisis. They sat back, they sat on their comfy-ass couches, and they stopped inputting into the world.
What do you mean by that?
People stopped. They started to only care about themselves.
Yeah.
They started to not go outside and exist.
Yeah.
They stopped going to volunteering has taken a stop.
Oh yeah.
You know, and so people stopped engaging in their churches. They stopped engaging in like going to city council meetings, right?
Totally.
So all like the world just froze.
Yeah.
And what we were told is that it's empathetic to stop.
Yeah.
It's empathetic to freeze right now. And like we were told that, oh, it's cool to get your morning coffee and start slow. I agree with all that.
Yeah.
I agree that it's good to read a book. But I just have so many friends that are still just reading like 52 books a year, one book a week.
Right.
And they're waiting to get woke up. I'm like, bro, how many books do you need to read by Black authors to know that we need to go outside and start like figuring shit out?
Right. No, totally.
How many more stories? And they think, oh, well, the story that's going to be written is that the white people don't care.
No.
Dude, you are one of the white people that probably don't care. You were sitting back in your high little Manhattan apartment Not giving a shit.
The reality is
watching the world burn.
Yeah, the reality is it's gonna keep moving, and history is actually they don't mention too much. Actually, they're gonna be like even the past 4 years, they'd be like, yeah, Trump was president and it whatever. It'd be like it just shit happened and whatever and move on. They don't go into the details of like doing this, handling this, mishandling that. They don't go into those details when he looks back on history unless you like really do a deep dive, and most people don't do that.
Yeah. But there's actually people that feels like they're like their history books are gonna be written like this.
Oh yeah.
There was the bad people that walked outside without masks.
God, yeah.
And then there was the good people that sat inside and they worked on their self.
Oh my God.
And the good people were outnumbered by the bad people.
Dude.
And the bad people who wore masks were the people that ruined the world. And the good people stayed inside.
Yeah.
That's not what is gonna happen. It's going to say, dude, too many good people that did have good intentions stopped doing anything in the world. Mm-hmm. They just locked up, decision paralysis. Right. And they started worrying about themselves and getting on fucking Clubhouse thinking they're changing the world.
Yep. Yeah. And that's what's crazy. And I agree with you. And this is extremely unfortunate. And the people, I think like the history is actually going to be written on the people who sat down and did nothing. They're like, why didn't you do anything? Like, what was happening? Like, why are you like? And don't get me wrong, I get it to a certain level because it's like, yeah, like we didn't know what was happening. We didn't understand, but we were trying to protect ourselves. There's a level of people who were trying to protect themselves, but there's also a level of like fear porn. Like you scared shitless of everything. And I can't do, like you said, decision paralysis and not being able to do anything because of you're scared of what the government told you. And by the way, 6 months ago, you weren't even listening to the government. You were like, fuck the government. They don't know shit. They don't know about me. INDEPENDENT, all this shit. And all of a sudden, when something goes awry, you're like, we gotta listen to the government. We gotta listen to what everything they say. CDC, what rules happening now? What regulation is happening in California today? I gotta follow it. You fucking idiots.
And then the CDC contradicts themselves all the time. And then when Trump was president, we were supposed to follow everything the CDC did. Mm-hmm. And now when Biden's president, we don't have to.
Meh.
Like, what is going on?
Clueless.
And what should really happen is, if you're able-bodied, I just think we need to also start, like, dude, wear a mask, take your vaccine, do your shit, whatever.
Don't be an idiot.
But re-engage in the world.
Yeah.
Even though, like, I think you'll be fine without it.
Yeah.
Sorry about it. Just re-engage. Whatever you need to do to feel comfortable with re-engaging the world, do it, bro.
Yeah. Because guess what? Coronavirus is still going to be out there in 5 years.
Yes.
Like the flu. Okay? People still catch the flu to this day. Okay? People still catch all these type of diseases to this day. It's still going to be, diseases won't just stop because even the vaccine, literally,
Yes. Like if you get the flu, don't go see grandpa.
Yeah.
And you never should have.
No.
And if you're as scared as you are of coronavirus with the flu, still don't go see grandpa.
Yeah. And by the way, the flu used to kill motherfuckers too.
It still does.
Yeah.
It rips people up.
Yeah. Pneumonia, all that shit. I'm like, come on, y'all.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. We are acting as if the coronavirus is like not as deadly as the flu. Yes, the coronavirus is more deadly than the flu. I get it. But I'm just not willing to let this monster try to contain us. We have to forge through it because human nature is to survive. And I don't think survival is staying at home.
No, absolutely not.
Just whatever. Double mask, get the vaccine, whatever. But get out there. Like you have to live through this.
Yeah. Staying at home is your survival tactic, but it's not gonna go anywhere. The heroes that we're gonna look back in history and see and rise up, bring up, are like you said, like the Elon Musk of the world, the people who went through it and rose above it.
Half the people that are telling us to stay inside are outside working. You get all these politicians being like, "Do not be in groups, do not go outside."
Yeah, they're like mingling with each other,
jetting around
in the same building. Just I'm like, dude, like you clearly don't believe what you say.
No, because they know that it takes people to get this shit done.
Yeah.
And so, like, at the same time, the government's like, well, we have to stay working because we need this thing to run. Mm-hmm. They say, but restaurant, shut down and save us. Because your life doesn't actually matter.
Yeah.
But what I do
Yeah.
keeps this thing running.
Oh yeah, not the malls though. Not Kohl's.
No, but my brain, can't turn off.
Yeah.
My body has to keep on moving. I still have to go to work because my decisions matter.
Yeah.
Your little, is it salmon or chicken decisions don't matter. That is the root of the problem. I actually just think the whole ecosystem matters.
Yeah.
And we tried to shut it down because I get why we tried to do it.
Yeah.
We were acting empathetically and hoping that we didn't want our actions to get in the way of another. I just think we overreached it.
Yeah, totally.
I think it got so broad that we thought staying inside saves us.
Yeah.
LA has stayed inside longer than anybody.
Way too long.
Nobody in LA has more than 5 friends.
They're not real friends. No.
So everyone's like, well, it must be density, and like, you know, the TikTokers are still going in. How do we still have like a horrible death rate?
Yeah.
When like Florida is ranked number 22 per 100,000 capita,
and
they've been out
as fuck. Yeah. And New York is, I don't know, ranked what, but they're living on top of each other, staying inside.
I just think it's more about what numbers are getting reported, and maybe Florida's fudging them. The only state that we know that's fudged numbers so far is New York.
And they cut it down. They get like 50,000 less deaths. I guess the nursing home deaths don't matter. My God, fucked up. That was beyond fucked up. Imagine having your stupid governor like on the news talking to his stupid brother every day, and then like you're like all these people in the nursing homes are just dying.
Oh, Trump, killing us.
Oh, all these stupid politicians.
It's the Andrew Cuomo's and the Cruzes of the world that just fuck the whole system up.
Yeah, everything.
It breaks the trust.
Yeah, it's bad.
On both ends.
It's bad, yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Oh, yeah, totally.
And so,
insane.
At the end of the day, this is a podcast of hope.
Yeah.
Of hopefully some reason. I'm excited to look at this podcast in 10 years. And I don't know. Either way, either we're going to look like absolute fools, or it'll be like, yo, they were just 2 rambling bros just trying to figure it out. And they maybe came to some conclusions that made sense.
Hopefully I look back on this and be like, yo, like we had our shit changed, but we started our podcast in beginning of January 1st, 2021, and then just made something out of it.
Yeah. Started from the bottom.
That we're in this mix of LA being oppressed and shit, and we decided to create our ordeal to have our creative thoughts go out there because we want people to like come in and talk to us about, you know, what the hell's going on right now. It's unfortunate, but you know, we want everybody to like we want to breathe hope out there. We want people to look back on you saying like you are the hero, you know? We want people to like say like fuck yeah, like I'm so glad they did it or you did it, you know? So and at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. These losers that just stayed in, that did, I wouldn't say that stayed inside, but the losers that like, you know, that were consuming fear porn are not going to be, you know, looked back on history very well. They're going to be forgotten.
I'm not looking at those individuals as idiots right now.
Yeah.
What I'm looking at is saying, I personally feel like they're getting got.
Yeah.
By a system that wants them to be God.
But
they're looking at the screen, looking at and saying the world is ending. The world is ending.
Right.
Like, it's only ending if you choose it to end.
Right.
We can work through it.
Right.
Yes, this virus is scary.
Yeah.
Yes, it rolls the dice on some genetics. But still, it's not as scary as they want us to believe it is.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just not.
No. And I forgive me when I say idiots, but I say like, you know, but I feel like the same people who say, like I said, screw the government, why would I listen to them, are now saying we have to listen to the CDC rules line by line.
And I'm not saying listen to us.
Yeah.
I'm saying go listen to your own heart.
Yeah.
Go find your other information. Stop always listening to the same thing. Educate ourselves to say, how does this look relative to other issues that we've dealt with?
Yeah.
Believe and trust history. Look at it and go, where are we really at? What story do I want to tell my child about what dad or mom did during a difficult time in history?
Right.
Did mom and dad just like
roll over and die, or did they build something from themselves?
Yes. Did they fight against it?
Yeah.
And I just want to write a story that fought against it.
Me too.
And if you want to look at me and be like, well, fuck you because you fought for something while other people were dying, sorry, but I think this is living.
Yeah.
And like going out in the world and fighting for something that matters. And even if it is just, maybe it's just maybe you have a product that you want to start selling, a T-shirt. You're like, I want to start selling this T-shirt.
Yep.
Get out there, start selling it.
Hell yeah.
Double mask up if you need to, or don't.
Yeah.
And work towards it.
I just feel like if the Mango Man is working harder than you, shame on you. In a way.
Yeah.
Regardless if you inside or outside, if the Mango Man is handling business and we're out here complaining.
And like if you ask him like, so how'd COVID go? He's like,
great. Great.
Working through it. Yeah. Same day.
Tahini, fucking lemon and mangoes.
Like he's not dead. So why are you acting like everything's dying? We love to look at all of the Karens that have obviously yelled down people at Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Fuck them. Don't yell at people in Whole Foods for telling you to wear a mask. That's not what I'm saying. But remember when we were like watching the first COVID and like it was a person in a train in Asia that just like dropped dead?
Oh, I didn't see that video.
You never saw those where it was like, oh, COVID's starting to kill people. And it's basically like this science fiction novel porn up on the TV saying like, oh, people in Asia are just starting to clunk out on public transportation. That's how it felt initially. It's not that virus.
Yeah.
If you have diabetes, if you're overweight, get healthy. It's time to get healthy.
Yeah.
Get your mind right and all that stuff. But bro, it's time to get out in the world.
It's time to get out in the world because first of all, what else is there? We can't be scared forever.
And hit the vaccine, hit it up, do it, make it happen.
Handle it, whatever. This is one thing we talk about being controversial on the show because one time we said fuck the vaccine, but now we're like just get it for goodness sake, so you stop bothering me about it.
That's what I'm just saying. Do what you gotta do.
Just handle it for goodness sake, like So it is what it is. But man, frick, this has been Smart and Mild. How are you feeling today, man?
Yo, this is Smart Mom Podcast.
Yeah.
You can find us on YouTube.
Yep. Spotify.
Any place that you get your podcast.
Facebook, even. Follow us on everywhere. But
the best way you can help though is subscribe to us on YouTube.
Yes, absolutely.
If you really do like what we're doing, subscribe to us on YouTube.
Yep.
We'd appreciate it. Go find us on Instagram where you want to engage with us.
Yeah.
But after that, we're gonna be here weekly.
Yep.
Wednesdays, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard, and we hope to continue to grow conversations. It's sometimes smart topics, sometimes mild. It's just two mild guys trying to work through the world.
Yeah.
Everything's hot topics.
Yeah, and we're growing. We're always growing. Today we're always having new milestones. Today we got our first hater, which I love, and we get to have more haters. I want to have like to the point where we have like at least 30% haters and like 70% like fuck yeah,
like that.
That's the ratio I want. Like I want 30% dislikes.
I don't try to be hated, but I understand that you're not gonna always love what I say because I don't always love what I'm thinking.
There's no chance we're always gonna be loved.
Zero chance. That being said, we might be wrong.
Yeah,
So anything that we said on here doesn't necessarily mean that it's obviously right.
At the end of the day, we're just humans and we might be wrong.
You could be like, yo, LJ, what you said about that was idiotic. I'd be like, you're right.
Yeah. Send us a tweet. Subscribe.
But engage with us. We're going to be here every single week. We appreciate you all. Love you all. We're out for it. I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm complete. I'm good.
Brought to you by Hair Razor Coffee.
Yeah.
This is a 5-pound bag. See how much we've been drinking through it?
Yeah. We've been handling it because we are full of ridiculousness. So coffee is that smells so good. The coffee is our thing to just like get us through this podcast. Other than that, we would be doing drugs. But coffee is the greatest thing after that. So we're out. Smart Mile Podcast. Love you. Episode 10. Huge milestone. Peace.